intuitive reader, and I'm here to do the you versus the universe for Capricorn. What's up, Cappy? Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are doing swell today. So today we're going to do you versus the universe. All right, we're going to see how what you're doing versus what the universe suggests. I do offer personal readings. That information is in the description box below. So let's begin, Capricorn. Something about your feet could be significant, okay? You need to pay attention to whatever's happening to your feet or your, something could be happening to your feet or your legs, or pay attention to that. You have the High Priestess in reverse, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Emperor. Aries energy here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces energy. I feel like you're not listening to your intuition. I feel like you're lying to yourself here about something. There's like two things going on. I feel like you're not listening to your intuition about something. You're lying to yourself about something. But over here, you are taking control of something here. And something is very stable or solid. But there's something that you're not, like you need to, there's something that you're not looking at that you need to look at. But something else is doing really well. What does the universe suggest? The Devil, the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Six of Swords, with the Magician in reverse at the bottom of the deck, okay? Capricorn energy here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus energy here, okay? This could be about love as well, okay? The first option could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn. Second option could be an Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, but it doesn't have to be. It wasn't giving me that, but it could be that, okay? So I feel like what you're not listening to your intuition about is you're trying to... There's a plan that you have, and it's not going to be a good plan, okay, with the Devil here. I feel like you are falling for some type of temptation here, okay? I feel like you're being tested and you're falling for it, okay? This could be about love, or somebody trying to be romantic and cutesy to you or whatever. I feel like, somebody knows how to get you. Someone knows what to say. Someone could be, this could be another Capricorn, okay? A freaking toxic one. But whatever this is, it's rubbing your toxic side. So you need to address that, okay? And that's what you're not listening to your intuition about. Over here, I feel like a lot of you guys are learning a lesson in a situation and you're moving on, you're moving forward, okay? Some of you guys should move, all right? I really feel like there's two different situations here. I do feel like they're both being brought up because they bleed into each other in some way. Even if they're two completely different things in two completely different areas of your life, they feed into each other. Because why are you holding up? Why is this shit here? Let's clarify. What's the High Priestess in reverse? You have the Chariot. Okay, I feel like the universe is not guiding you to go towards this person or to go towards a situation. You're doing this all by yourself. The universe is not supporting you to do this. But you have free will, so you could do it, but you're not being supported. You have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles here. I feel like you know that you're not being supported, so you're like, I'm just going to take my time. Why? It's going to be a waste of time. If you know that you're not being supported, what's going to happen is issues are going to occur. That's like, you're like, you know what, I got to take this trip, but everything is telling you not to take the trip, and you're still going to go. You're going to end up with problems and issues, and you're going to end up spending more money because of the problems and the issues than you just being like, you know what, I'm just not going to go. And that's that ego. So you got this ego where it's like, no, if I don't go, then who am I? You're somebody who is listening to their intuition. Because that's why we have it. It's a warning sign. Hey, hello, don't do that. Obviously, you could say, fuck my intuition and still go. Of course, free will. But then what's the point of having an intuition if you're not going to use it when you're beneficial? Only when you want to? Only when it's convenient or something? That's not how it works. If you don't use it if you don't use your intuition when it tells you things, you're weakening your intuition. If you only listen to your intuition sometimes, your intuition is not strong. The way our intuition gets strong is by trusting it and listening to it and having faith that my intuition is telling me to not do this because in the future something's gonna fuck up for me. But if you don't do that, then your intuition is not going to be strong. What is the King of Swords in reverse? You have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you're being greedy. You don't need this. Whatever this is, you don't need it. You're good over here. That's what I'm saying. This is bleeding into the situation. You're being mad greedy. You're being selfish. That's why you're lying to yourself. You know that this is feeding your toxic side. You know it, and you're still fucking doing it. It's crazy, Capricorn. I always tell y'all love, man. And then you want to sit there and be mad at shit. Man, be mad at yourself. What's the King of Pentacles? Y'all love playing. Y'all love it. You have the Two of Pentacles, okay? I feel like you have people watching you over here, okay? You might not even be paying attention to that shit. People are keeping a close eye on you, bro. Ski, homie. I feel like even if you know that they're watching you, it's deeper than that. I feel like you're like, I know they're watching me. I'm putting a show for them. Yeah, but, you know, on this card, they're like, I know you guys can't really see, but there's people up here, you know, watching them. This guy's performing for the people and they're watching, but there's people that are inside here that you can't see in the building. There's people that are up here that you can't see. Just because you're like, yeah, I'm performing for these people, I can see them. There's things you can't see, Capricorn. You don't have eyes behind your back. You don't see everything. You know what the problem is? You think you're too safe. You think you're too comfy. And you need to not act like where you're at can't be taken away. You need to not act like this throne that you're sitting on really nicely cannot be taken away. You need to be humble here for some of y'all. And you're not showing humbleness by coming over here and taking this. It's like the universe could have blessed you with something and you're like, ha ha, I got all this shit. Now I want that too, and that, and that, and I want all of that shit. They will take away what they give you. You know that, right? What's the Emperor? You have the Ace of Swords because you know the truth. Like, you know that you maybe, I'm hearing grateful. You're very grateful for this seat. Act like it in all areas of your life, not just here. Some of you guys are like, yeah, well, I'm grateful for it and I perform and I do what I got to do. Okay, what about outside your job? You're not. You're not. Outside your job, you're this. And what you do outside your job is going to affect your job. Eventually. And the universe sees everything. So the universe is seeing you acting a fool outside of your job. After they just give you the biggest promotion ever, they will take that shit away from you in a heartbeat, man. Make you look mad, stupid, and dumb. I've seen it. So don't do that. Don't be one of those people that gets all up in their head and all cocky and shit. Oh, I finally got the seat. I'm finally the leader. I'm finally the boss. And then you take that position and you become a motherfucker with it. Or that could be what happening too. That could be what you're letting power get to your head. That could be what's happening too. But I'm going to go with the first situation, which is one thing is bleeding into the other. You have the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yep. What did I say? Now the universe is going to start causing things to happen where you can't keep your promise. Now the universe is making you look bad. And you just got this promotion. And now you can't keep your promises. You see how the universe works? And y'all need to stop doing this shit. I always tell y'all. What's the devil? You have the Hermit. Yeah, you are going to hold yourself accountable. Claro, obviously. But can you, my thing is, Capricorn, can you get to this, can you stop it before it gets to the point where you have to be embarrassed? You can stop it before it gets to that, you know, right? You have to have discipline within yourself. You can go through life without being embarrassed and without being humiliated. If you attack the shit first and don't allow the universe to do it for you. What did I say? Stop acting like you know everything. Oh, it's just these two people watching me? All right. Now I'm going to go here and do what the fuck I want. Stop. The universe will show us real quick that we don't know nothing. And here's the devil again. That's you, though, you know. The Empress in reverse. Yeah, you have to allow that toxic side of you to beautifully die. You have to allow that part of you that wants more than what you need to die. And if the universe has to, don't wait for the universe to put you in a situation where you're so much in lack that you don't have shit, so that you know what it is to have what you, to be okay with this and not want this, and this. Because you don't need all of that. You don't need it. What you gonna do with all that? All you needed was this. Some of you guys need to work on your discipline. You don't have any discipline. You don't know when to stop. You don't know when enough is enough. And ain't nobody gonna come and teach you that. Discipline is self-taught. Get to work. And it's crazy because you are ruled by Saturn. That's literally your life. But that's the problem. Sometimes you don't want to follow the rules. Too bad. Too bad. You chose to be a Capricorn. You have to be disciplined. You have to, and you're gonna have to learn. And you're gonna be purposely put into situations to test you. Purposely to test that itch. You can't fall for it. You have to have strength and fortitude. What's the Knight of Cups? You have the Knight of Wands here. And what you should also do is stop going towards things for the fun time. Stop wasting your time. Only go towards things, only invest in things that you see long-term potential in. That you know, hey, this right here, I will be happy with in the next 10 years. Start implementing that in your life and everything. Your friendship, I will be able to deal with this and how we are for the next 10 years. This job, I'll be able to deal with this and how everybody is for the next 10 years. This neighborhood, I'll be able to deal with this neighborhood and how everybody is for the next 10 years. If you cannot say that about something in your life, it has to go. And if you stay there, you are feeding your itch. And therefore, you're not healing. You're just suppressing. You're just putting cream on that shit. It's going to come back. It always does. What's the Hierophant? You have the Three of Cups in reverse. I'm going to continue with the thing about work and whatever this is, okay? I feel like people at work don't have good intentions for you. What did I say? These people at work are cool with you because they get paid to be there. If they did not have to work there, if they did not have to get paid, they would not talk to you. If you guys were not working together, these people outside would never even say a word to you. They're being forced and conformed to talk to you, to get along with you, to ride your coattail. That's it. They're getting paid to do that. You need to know they're not your friends. And this little seat that you got is great, and you probably deserved it. Good for you, you know. But you have to understand, you still, you know, you will lead. Some of you guys are a boss or a leader. They're not your friends. They don't like you. Period. It doesn't. And some of you guys are like, oh, well, I got to this seat. Now people are gonna respect me. No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. They don't like you, so you need to start acting like, okay, I'm me and yeah. Some of you guys are being way too cozy with these motherfuckers. You have the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're being way too sweet, way too kind. Hey, you guys want this? Hey, you guys want that? Hey, what's your favorite food? Hey, I'm gonna make everybody's favorite meal today. And they're all sitting there like, shit, okay, yeah. And then behind your back, yo, we gonna have Capricorn do this shit every time Capricorn works. Yo, it's so easy, yo. So easy, yo. All we gotta do is just tell Capricorn how great they're doing, and shit, Capricorn just does whatever we want. Shit, free cookies for everybody. Shit, yeah. They're in a group chat that you're not in. How do you want me to tell you that they don't like you? They're not your friends. How do you want me to tell you that? What's the Six of Swords? And I honestly feel like maybe you're not seeing this, or you're not really like whatever, because it is shit. This other shit that you got over here itching you. So how can you be logically thinking and see your whole surroundings when you got something over here? When you got something literally rubbing your negative side. What's the Six of Swords? You have the Eight of Wands in reverse. There's going to be delays with this right here. You have the Six of Swords in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. Some of you guys might end up leaving the situation. Because it's just, it might just go 0 to 100 real quick. But I suggest you do that. Don't stay stuck. But I'm telling you, for the future reference, I feel like it's because of this. I always tell you guys, everything bleeds into everything. I feel like this wouldn't have gotten like you having to leave a situation if you didn't address this. I really feel like, you know, Capricorn, I'm not a Capricorn obviously, but I've been trying to figure out how to help y'all. Okay? And how the universe, like, you know, how they teach you your lessons. Because you guys love being the motherfucker. It's like, it's so easy for you to become the motherfucker. Right? And I was thinking about this today. I was going to Walmart, and I'm going to drive to Walmart. I've been thinking about all of y'all all the time. Like, y'all think, man, anyways. And I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe all Capricorns were were born in a toxic ass environment, because you guys are ruled by the devil, right? The devil card in tarot. So I was like, you know, I was just thinking, right? Just maybe all the Capricorns were born in a toxic ass environment, right? That they had to, you know, and because they were born in a toxic environment, you know, if they didn't have a buffer or anything like that, obviously, you know, it'll be easy for you to become the toxicity that you're born into. And if Capricorns don't focus on getting themselves out of that, like realizing I'm not toxic, I was just born into a toxic situation, I'm not too much, I was just in a situation where people were too much and I just got used to it or whatever, you know. But then I was like, not everybody could be born in a toxic situation, you know, like not every Capricorn can be born in a toxic situation. So then I just stopped thinking about it. But I don't know, like maybe there are some Capricorns, maybe there are some of you guys that were born into a toxic life, you know, and you feel like life is unfair because bro, let me tell you, I don't look like half the shit I went through. I'm probably gonna make a book when I get older, but I do not look like half the shit I went through. Yeah, and it's crazy because y'all know a little bit. Y'all know I got a stalker, for those of you guys that know. And that's just what's happened this year. And I'm 30. I've been through a lot of shit. I don't look like what I've been through. You know why? Because I heal. I learned my lessons. I work through my emotions. I work through my feelings. I make those hard cuts. I learned the hard lessons. I do things the hard way. And I feel like a lot of you Capricorns, if you were born in a toxic environment, it's like maybe you want life to be easy now. You're like, no, I deserve it to be easy. It was so hard for me, I deserve it. Man, my life, man. And I'm not a fucking Capricorn. And I want you to know that. Like, I've told y'all this before. You are not, you know, your life is not, you're not the only one that went through bad shit, man. We are literally born into hell. This is hell. It doesn't get worse than this. Of course, the Bible and all this extra stupid dumb shit wants to make you seem like fear is what society wants to create. This is hell. This is as worse as it gets, guys. Right here. Right here. And you have to understand that everything that happened to you in your lifetime, Capricorn, I remember I told somebody this and they were like, so you mean, yes, anything toxic, anything negative, anything abusive that happened to you, you chose that life to teach you something, and you were supposed to become strong and fight and not allow. And if you allowed, then that's something that you have to work on still. It's standing up for yourself, standing up against opposition. Maybe a lot of you guys have a lot of opposition, right, when you were younger, or, you know, in your past, whatever. But, you know, I haven't cracked the code yet, but I will. I will. Because I really want to figure it out what it is. I don't feel like I figured it out yet. I don't. But I'm going to. I promise y'all that I will. But anyways, I don't know. I just wanted to say that because I feel like a lot of you guys need to understand that, you know, life is part of, you know, life is just life. And some of you guys take things way too seriously. And, you know, life is part of lessons. And you being ruled by Saturn, it's like, I feel like you, because your life could be all about lessons, but all of our lives are about lessons, you know? Maybe you guys, maybe all Capricorns have like a border. Maybe you guys were born with a border. You know, because the devil's also giving me like boundaries. Maybe you were born with a border that you couldn't leave this. You couldn't leave this. Maybe a lot of you guys were like forced to be confined. And then when you finally got free, you're like, you need to address that. Okay. All right, let's get you some advice. I don't know why I just went into a rant, but whatever. Let's see, Capricorn. You have letting go, contemplation, and mystery, okay? I feel like you are contemplating letting something go here. I feel like you haven't done it yet because you don't know what's on the other side. And that's, you're not going to find out until you let it go, okay? It won't ever work where you know what's coming for you before it comes. You know, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you have to let something go first, and then the universe shows you what's on the other side. But whenever we let go of something, there's always something better, okay? As long as you fully let go. If you still hold on to it in any way, anything new coming in is not going to be better because you're still holding on to that. Which the lets the universe know that you are still energetically keeping that in your space. So they're only going to bring you stuff up to that. But if you completely let go of something, show the universe a fresh, clean, new slate, where some of you guys need to let go of two things. Okay? And stop keeping things a mystery. Like, I feel like, you know, oh man, a lot of you guys are like deep shit or something. And you're like trying to keep things hidden. You're trying to keep things a mystery or whatever. What I'm going to tell you is this. For those of you guys are like in deep shit or whatever, you know, you're in deep, you're already in it. So don't try to be any more, like, you're already in it. Like, it's like you fell in shit and you're trying to walk around town without smelling like it. Like you can't, you know? So you might as well just do what you have to do, knowing that you just be like, you know what? I smell like shit, whatever. Whatever. Like, you're really going to have to, like, you're going to have to take something on the chin. You're going to have to swallow that pill. But, I mean, hey, it's just until you get across town and you can get to your house and take a shower. But it's, like, you can't, like, like, I'm seeing someone, like, duck between cars, like, oh, I'll wait till you get home. No. Just, I mean, you could do that, but you're going to, the universe is going to have somebody, like, you're going to fight, you're going to meet somebody that you don't want to see. You're going to run into somebody you want to see. The universe is funny, so just be like, you know what, fuck it, I sing, whatever, and I bet you, and once you embrace the fact, you know what, I stepped in shit, whatever, I'm gonna go home and clean myself, all the way there, everybody's minding their own business. You're in the middle of the street, not in the middle of the street, you're in a busy street, on the sidewalk, you're on the main road, a lot of people, but everybody minding their own business. And you just walking with your stinky self all the way to your house, and ain't nobody looking at you because you decided to own that shit. That's how the universe comes and protects. But if you hiding and ducking, oh, I'm gonna hide behind this car, they can't see me. Okay, and then it's over here. Okay, and then over here. Okay, guess what? Someone's gonna catch you. Someone's gonna see you. The universe is gonna show up. Stop avoiding. You smell like shit, it's okay. Come on. You guys know that when we get to the spirit world, there's no hiding up there. All of our emotions, how you feel about Fulana and how Fulana feels about you, we all know. It's out there. So, and that's what the universe is trying to teach us here. It's like, stop trying to move in kurukurukuruku, because really ain't no mystery. The universe knows it all. So in reality, there's no mystery. And if the universe can see you, they can block you. So we should always just stay the freaking course, okay? You have gentleness in reverse. It does suck. that you stepped in crap and now you gotta walk home smelling like crap. But hey, it happens to, you ain't the only one that's ever stepped in crap. What did I say? You're not the only one that stepped in crap. Other people have done that. You know, gentleness is in reverse. You know, I feel like you're just, you know, it's like you need to be a little more nicer to yourself. You're so rough to yourself, kind of like Aries. When Aries does something, it's like Aries is so harsh on themselves, right? You have to learn to not be so mean to yourself, man. I was literally telling Sagittarius this. Like, you need to be your own friend. Like, literally, you literally are born and you die, and you are the only one that's been within you more than anybody else. Ain't nobody around you more than you. So be nice to yourself. Damn. Some of you guys, you don't even like to be alone. Some of you guys have this alter ego. What the fuck are we talking about? Some of you have this alter ego that is like an asshole. And it's really mean to yourself. This isn't like to you. I'm talking about to you. I don't know what you do to other people, but I feel like your alter ego is like really mean to you. And you're like an asshole, and you'll be like talking down to yourself. Some of you guys smack yourself. What? Stop. The way you treat yourself is how someone else is gonna treat you. I know for sure. You won't let no motherfucker slap you. So why are you doing it to yourself? You don't deserve that. Stop. If you guys are inflicting pain on yourself, stop doing that. You know who you're hurting? That little Capricorn. That little Capricorn that really needed you, that really needed somebody when you were little. That's who you're hurting. Remember that. Every time you self-harm, you are hurting your little self. Look at it in that way. You won't do that shit again. Because I feel like a lot of you guys are this is crazy. I feel like a lot of you guys are being rough with yourself because you're like, oh, I could take it. I'm grown. Little Capricorn can't take that shit. And how dare you do that to little Capricorn? If you don't love yourself, nobody will. If you don't start making the necessary sacrifices to make your life better, nothing is going to happen. If you don't start making the necessary cuts, changes, compromises, no one's going to come and save you, Capricorn. That's all. So what I have for you, I hope this helped. Have a good day or a good night whenever you watch this, and stay positive.